Hi everyone, Railman28 here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Railman28. Ring the bell, please. Thank you. Now, let's get down to business with EWE Battle at the Bedford that took place 31st of August 2025. Now, in my view, it was the best night of all. I sat at ringside on the other side of the ring this time, nearby the commentary desk. I enjoyed it very much. Fantastic to sit where the commentary desk was and seeing wrestlers come out of the curtain. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And of course, yeah, what a night it was. And the EWE United Kingdom Championship was on the line. The heavyweight title was on the line. Man, those two titles were the only ones on the line. And a number one contendership match. Oh, yeah. What a night to remember, eh? Which I'm looking forward to this month on the 28th of September, which will be called Aftermath. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. So let's get down to it. So the first match of the evening, which was let's have a look. Buff Broadside versus Leapfrog. That was up first, but sadly, Leapfrog. Well, he had an injury and he tried not to compete, but Buff Broadside, the owner of EWE, well, he's evil now, so he did his evil ways and then forced Leapfrog into competing. And that to me was totally wrong, in my view, as Terry the Steam Train's point of view. That was totally wrong. That's a breach of forced labour, actually. He breached another law, and that is forcing labour onto a wrestler, forcing them to work anyway. Now, of course, Leapfrog did his best to fight his way through the show, and Buff just low blowed him. That was totally bang out of order. Did anything. Well, he did say to me at UKPW he's having frog legs for dinner, and believe me, he was not joking. Literally, he was not joking. He did eat Leapfrog up. He ate him up, and Leapfrog did his best to try and defeat Buff, but Buff was just too powerful for him. Maybe next time, Leapfrog. And Buff picked up the win. We booed him out of the building, and then that was it. That was the end of the match. Buff Broadside, the owner of EWE, the winner. Well, I'm looking forward to when I ring announce eventually, and I did speak to Terence Thatcher about this. I'm hoping to be the ring announcer for September 28th. Of course, I'm looking forward to that after I've been to Top Golf with Generate Social Ops. I'm looking forward to that. And it's going to be fantastic. Literally, it was going to be fantastic. It is going to be fantastic. Yeah, and not only this is a wrestling podcast, guys, there's also another Railman28 podcast series as well. So this is combined into one. So I'll get the wrestling out the way first. Next match of the night, we had the United Kingdom Championship on the line. It was Dom Fury versus the Law, Lewis Basham. And believe me, Dom Fury has returned in style. He has done so. He went for Basham's legs. Yep, any snake would go for any weak spot of any human being. The legs. Take out the legs. You can't do the F5. You can't do the full Nelson without standing on two legs. There you go. That's a good smart strategy move by Dom Fury. And yeah, I kind of enjoyed that match. Actually, I was hoping Basham would come round to me. He did not look at me once, actually. And that's because I stayed quiet a little bit. I cheered for Don. And oh my god, did Dom Fury did a few moves that Hulk Hogan like moves. They were amazing. I enjoyed those. Yeah, amazing. Yeah. But unfortunately, Basham cheated again by kicking the referee for him to land on the ropes to low blow Don Fury. Honestly, Lewis Basham, as much as he's a good heel, but that's what heels do. Cheat their way. That's their character role in the story. Cheating their way, do everything possible to make that person lose the match. There you go. And Basham retained his title. Yeah. I think there should be something done about this. A line should be drawn between referees and wrestlers and officials. So I'm hoping next time if Basham tries something like that, he'll get disqualified and someone else will be awarded the championship. Yeah, I could see that happening. And he would say, "Oh, that's unlawful. This is unlawful. This is not professional wrestling." Well, it is professional wrestling, Basham. Literally, it is. Believe me, it is. And that's happened before in WWE. Someone got disqualified and boom, they're awarded the championship. But they won the title anyway, but there you go. So that was Basham and Don Fury. Next up was Morgan's Corner. Well, actually, yeah, was it Morgan's Corner? Is it Jimmy Swift versus... Oh yeah, Jimmy Swift versus Alexander Roth. My two good friends. The Spider-Man of EWE. Yeah, the Spider-Man of EWE. And believe me, he learned a few tricks from WWE, believe me, and I've got a feeling, yeah, Alexander Roth was impressed by those moves. He knew those moves, and Jimmy Swift did them all right. He did Roxanne Perez's move. Wow, that was amazing. And then he did Braun Breaker's move from the top rope. Bang! And Alexander Roth did not see that coming. Did not see that. Oof. And then 1, 2, 3, Jimmy Swift won the match. Oh, they played with each other though. And I know Alexander Roth, he plays with his opponents. They get out there and play. You just play with them until it's time to get serious. And there you go. That's sometimes happens in professional wrestling. You play with your opponents, and then when it's time to get serious, you really get serious. That's a good match. I enjoyed that match. That was one of my favourite matches, actually. I enjoyed that one. Next up was Morgan's Corner. Now, in Morgan's Corner, Jay Morgan, he said to me, "What are you doing sitting over here, Tell? You should be sitting on the other side. You're usually over there." Well, I thought, change the scenery, didn't I? He went, "Disgusting." I went, "What? Disgusting? Hey, I'll choose to sit where I want to sit, thank you." And yet he kept going over to me, Jay Morgan. He keeps coming over to me. I don't know why he does. It's like, does he fancy me or something? I don't know. Well, we're friends after all, me and Jay, literally. I know Jay. Yeah. He was doing his heel factoring stuff, and then Arcadius came out. Yeah, I knew Arcadius would come out. And literally, he wanted an opponent for the night. He wanted to put his title on the line, and Buff Broadside came out, and he did. Literally, he did. Buff came out and gave Arcadius an opponent, and then Jay Morgan and Arcadius went at it, and oh my god, did Jay Morgan get knocked about? Oh yeah, he bloody well did. He got knocked about. And obviously, he wasn't the same after that. Because after Jay low blowed Arcadius, Arcadius got really, really, really mad. And he still became champion after that. He had his title on the line though, but defended it well. And then Buff said, "Good you decide to show off. Love it when you show off." And then a number one contenders match was the main event for the night. And obviously, it was Damien versus Fentos. The Genius Fentos versus Damien. Well, Brett Meadows, actually. I know Damien and Fentos now. I'm getting to know all the wrestlers now, which is really nice. I'm getting to know all of them. get to know Theodore Powers, Callum, of course. Yeah, I know all of them. Yeah. This is the out of character moments, guys. The out of character moments. And I never got a chance to meet Lewis Basham at the end of the show, though. I've seen him, but never got a chance to go up to him, say thank you for a nice, good show, mate. That was really good. I enjoyed that. Yeah. I'll talk to him eventually, but don't know when yet. Maybe next show. Because I like to ring announce for the next show, which I hope I get a chance to for the entire night. That means I'm going to need all the cards so I can read them out when I'm in the ring, of course. Yeah. That is going to be a big challenge for me, and I'll look forward to having the camera spotlight on me, but I'll be known as Terry the Steam Train. Remember, guys, I'll be known as Terry the Steam Train in that ring. You have to refer to me as Steam Train in that ring. And I know Callum will as Theodore Powers, and Terence Thatcher will refer me as Steam Train in the ring, and Basham will, Buff will. Yeah, it'll be all arranged, but eventually, when I do become a professional wrestler, guys, I would like to do a story with Basham and Buff. Both of them. Literally. Where my character would be like, well, my character will tell his story and literally would like connect with Clanline and the Merchant Navy Locomotive Preservation Society Limited. Yeah, I'd like them to get involved as well. It'd be a nice way to do a story with them. It would be amazing. So yeah, that'll be something for charity I like to do for. That'd be nice. Yeah. I'll love to do that. Always wanted to wrestle in a ring. Hopefully I'll get that chance. Maybe be a special guest referee to replace Buff. If Buff Broadside comes to an unfortunate moment and I'll have to step in the ring and do 1, 2, 3. There you go. I wouldn't mind. But he's the special guest referee for the Requiem match. But on the 28th of September, Aftermath, it'll be something different. And I know Theodore Powers will have to put his title, the light heavyweight championship, on the line against another opponent, probably against Twisted the Clown. Twisted the Clown needs to have a match, or maybe have Jimmy Swift have his rematch. But I like it to be, a triple threat match between Theodore Powers, Jimmy Swift, and Violet Knight. Yes. Now, Violet Knight needs to come back. And I think we should have a women's championship in EWE. The EWE Women's United Kingdom Championship. That would be the first title we'd have for a woman. And we'll have a women's match, a women's tournament. It'll be Violet Knight versus, it can't be Harley Hudson. I'd say Violet Knight versus Sky Smithson. Then, if Violet wins that match, it'll be Violet against LA Taylor, Nightshade, and maybe Claudia Bradstone, maybe. All different women who come to wrestle for that match, for those titles. That would be fantastic to have a non-stop women's gauntlet match. I would love to see a women's gauntlet match. That would be amazing to have a gauntlet match for all the women there. It'd be amazing. Yeah. So, yeah. I would like that. So, back to Battle at the Bedford. We came to the main event. Well, we came to Fentos versus Damien, the King of Hell. He had a nice mask, he did. A beautiful mask. Well done, Brett. That was a good mask, mate. Brilliant mask. Yeah, loved it. So yeah, that was a good show. That was good match. Brilliant match. And Damien, it was so incredibly funny. Very funny. Very, very funny. I enjoyed that. Made me laugh so much. I enjoyed that. Great show. And then at the end of the show, chaos broke out where Damien turned on Buff, and literally I enjoyed the bit where he turned on Buff and just whacked him in the face and all the entourage tried to beat him up. Arcadius came to the rescue. But also we had David Blackadder as well that night as well, and Rudy Root. And Rudy Root, I think, beat him, I think. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Yeah. But I think, Rudy Root, he faced David Blackmore, I think, or whatever his name is. But, yeah, it was a good match as well. Yeah, until the main event. After the main event, chaos broke out. Arcadius came out. David came back in the ring because Buff told him to. Arcadius and Damien did them both in, and Jay Morgan tried to do Arcadius again. Arcadius just whacked him one, bang! And now Arcadius and Damien are looking forward to their match at Requiem in October. So I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah. That's gonna be a grand show, that is. I just know it. It's gonna be a grand show. But hopefully I'll ring announce for then as well. I love to work for EWE and ring announce for the guys. And give Terence Thatcher some time to ring announce as well. Maybe I could be a referee as well. Be a referee in a match. I could ref Leapfrog's match and the I could ref Leapfrog and Yaya's match on the I'd love to be a special guest ref as well, to ref both Leapfrog and Yaya and Project Mayhem on the 28th September. Oh man, I can imagine that, but I can only ring announce, guys. I can only do one or the other, but ring announcing would be fantastic for me. Would be the MC. Yeah, the MC of EWE. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, so that was that, guys. That was EWE. The battle at the Bedford. That was really fun. That was really a fun show to listen to watch anyway. I enjoyed the Bedford. The EWE guys are so good. They're brilliant at their work. And these guys put their bodies on the line to entertain us. So they're real human beings. They're wrestlers, professional trained athletes that do this job every single month. They wrestle at other industries like UKPW. I wouldn't mind going to UKPW shows, and I love Kimmy a Kiss. I've got a funny feeling she's going to be my crush now. Yeah, she might be my crush. Kimmy a Kiss. Yeah, I just love her. Love her to bits. Yeah, that would be fantastic. That would be nice to be with Kimmy. She does backstage interviews. I wouldn't mind if she interviews me. It'd be nice if she did interviews with me. I wouldn't mind if she was my commentary partner, if I was on the commentary desk with her and Clive Jackson was on holiday and they need someone to commentate at the guest at the table. So it'd be me and Kimmy. Yeah, it'd be me and Kimmy a Kiss. Yeah, it'd be nice. Terry the Steen training Kimmy a Kiss on EWE at the lounge. Yeah, I'd love to be that on the lounge. Yeah, I'd love that. To broadcast live to everyone. It'd be amazing to do so. And we'd commentate on the match as well. Yeah, I would love that. Basically, yeah, fantastic. Now, that was Wrestling with Railman28, guys. Now, on to the Railman28 podcast series. I want to say breaking news about Charlie Kirk's death. Now, people who celebrate people's death, that is completely disgusting, in my view. How dare people celebrate people's deaths like that? That literally is crossing the line. Literally. And I don't like that whatsoever. No. Just because they have views and opinions, they're trying to voice them, and they get shot for it? That is ridiculous. Honestly. It doesn't matter what they say. Or what they do. Literally. What is it with people? The world's gone mad. It's gone completely bonkers. Now we're shooting people just for expressing their views and opinions? Literally, that is sick. And the mainstream media want to go and celebrate that? Who the hell do they think they are? They should check themselves, really. I mean, if I had to curse them, If I had magical powers, I would curse the mainstream media and make sure they go completely bankrupt. Literally, completely bankrupt. The BBC would be completely bankrupt. ITV would be completely bankrupt. And Sky News would be completely bankrupt. All together. They all should be bankrupt. Have their money drained away. They should be defunded, really. And also, for celebrating someone's death, that is crossing the line. If they like celebrating a death of a person so much, they should be turned into a werewolf. That would be the curse. That would be a Halloween curse, a good one, to be honest. They should be turned into werewolves. That's it. They brought it on themselves. Celebrating someone's death, I do not like. No, that's wrong. Literally. That is sick and disgusting. It makes me sick to my stomach just thinking about it. And yeah. Whoever, I don't want to speak about it, guys. It really horrifies me. The man had wife and kids in front of his wife and kid. And literally, that is hurtful. Literally. He's a father and a good husband as well. And he was a good supporter of the UK as well. I did not like that. No. No, 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 no. No. I don't like that. People celebrating someone's death like that. That is completely sick and wrong. I just hope whoever keeps saying these things, keeps celebrating these things, get a reprimand or something. They should do. They should contain themselves. Keep their views and political views and opinion to themselves. Literally. Like I do. And I just couldn't believe that. Literally. Just couldn't believe it. The way people behave these days. It is sick and disgusting. Literally. And doesn't matter what that person said. He had a wife and kid. Literally. Wife and kids. And now they haven't got a father. What if that happened to you? Yeah, exactly. Didn't think so. I mean, I'm just so angry. I was completely angry when I heard about Charlie Kirk's death, and I was sad. Literally. A friend of the UK. I don't care what he has done. Don't care what he has done. Everyone's entitled to views and opinions, providing it doesn't hurt anyone. It might have done, but maybe not too much. But why go celebrate someone's death like that? Disgusting. Totally disgusting. Oh, I just hate the mainstream media right now. But the thing really, trying to raise awareness of extremism is the important thing. Raise awareness of it. So people will think twice before going down that dark, dangerous path. Literally. And the way people just do it horrifies me. This is why we need to keep continuing having conversations about extremism and raising awareness of it. And as long as it doesn't make that person feel uncomfortable. If it makes them feel uncomfortable, they could leave at any time. They can leave the conversation, or we can just change the subject. There you go. But it's important to talk about these things. So we could raise awareness, make people aware, even those with learning disabilities and autism could be made aware of violent extremism and radicalism as well. It should be made aware about this sort of thing. And people going around just shooting someone just for expressing their views and opinions, that is totally sick and disgusting. And basically, it's happening all the time in America, it is. But here in the UK, it happens too. And I think it should stop. This hatred must stop. Literally. If the BBC are going to carry on like this, or Sky News or ITV are going to carry on like this, I don't want to watch their shows anymore. No. They're unwatchable. I declare shows unwatchable. I'll declare ITV News unwatchable. BBC News unwatchable, Sky News unwatchable. Yeah, there you go. The only thing I would watch is 5 USA. That's it. Because one, they have good American TV shows like Law and Order Special Victims Unit, Blue Bloods, good cop shows, and also Kojak as well. I don't mind watching Kojak. Yeah, who doesn't, eh? Good detective shows. And Magnum PI. Good shows like that as well, starring Tom Selleck. Yeah, brilliant shows. That's basically what I only watch now. It's just TV shows, basic shows. And who's to know, I might watch Doctor Who. You never know. I prefer the old classic Doctor Who's. They were the best shows ever. Compared to the ones we've got now, slightly untenable. And everyone would ask me, which is your favourite Doctor, Terry? My favourite Doctor happens to be Jon Pertwee and Tom Baker. I loved both of them, Jon Pertwee and Tom Baker. Brilliant actors. They were the best actors, they were. Totally the best. And the old classic actors like Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker, Peter Davidson, William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, Jon Pertwee. Yeah, they were the good classic Doctors. They were the best Doctor Who's ever. They were the best. And compared, like Christopher Eccleston, he did a grand job of being the Doctor. And for David Tennant, still needs some work. He does do a good Doctor Who, he really does. But he needs to keep his political views to himself, really. Stop being political on Doctor Who. And Russell T Davies should stick it to be science fiction rather than being political. Even though he can go and say, if I want to make it political, I'll make it political. No, you don't do that. You can't just go and do that. It's the nation's favourite show, Doctor Who, which is going to an all-time low, thanks to Russell T Davies for being political and his political views on Doctor Who, slamming the fans in the face. No, it's not right. It should be a science fiction show, end of story. Science fiction show, a history show, yes. You could recreate the historical events that happened, that's fine, you can do that, but literally, I prefer Jodie Whittaker, who is the ambassador for MenCap. You got lots of people with a learning disability and autism who love Doctor Who, and Jodie Whittaker, in my eyes, was a great Doctor Who. She was a grand Doctor Who for telling story of the history that took place years ago, making sure no one creates a paradox. Those are the good types of Doctor Who stories we needed before they have to bring back the Daleks. The Daleks were the most best Doctor Who monsters ever created. And of course, the Cybermen, close second. Yeah, the Cybermen are good as well. Sontarans, good classic monsters. Now the good classic villain like Sutek, he was brought back. That was alright. Yeah, it was okay for the time being. The Toymaker, yeah. Loved the Toymaker as well. Yeah. And I loved Catherine Tate as Donna Noble. Yeah, Catherine Tate is a good Donna Noble, and I loved Bernard Cribbins, God rest his soul, who starred in a Doctor Who film, which was Dalek Invasion of Earth 2150 AD, and yeah, that was a good Doctor Who film, Dalek Invasion of Earth 2150 AD. They should bring those types of films back, the Dalek films back. And if the BBC are watching this, if you want to create a nice, good Doctor Who style, restart it from a movie. Create a movie like the Daleks. Create a Dalek film, another Dalek film, maybe a follow-on from Doctor Who and the Daleks and the Dalek Invasion of Earth. Maybe you could do something with that, and maybe do the follow-on film that should have followed from that. Literally. Dalek Invasion of Earth 2, maybe. That would have been nicer. It would have been a fantastic movie. More movies about Daleks wanting the magnetic core of Earth, but keep failing due to the magnetic energy that comes out from the Earth. Yeah, that should have been it, really, in my view, in my personal opinion. Yeah. And I'm keeping political views to myself. That's what everyone should do. Be politically neutral. Not radical left or radical right. Literally. No. Be neutral. And yeah, and of course, you could raise issues, you could talk about issues. Just make sure they're talked about in a sensible, convenient way, so people don't argue amongst themselves, because that's what creates conflict. You got to avoid conflict at all times, apart from like wars with each other, civil wars. But I like to send a brutal message to all political parties. A brutal message to all of them. That's right, all of them. I mean all of them. Labour, Conservative, Liberal Democrats, Scottish National Party, UKIP, Reform UK, maybe others too. Maybe like from Hope UK, the new political parties, and Advance UK, who are going to be the brand new political party. Here is what I suggest to all of you. Yes, Nigel Farage, you better listen. And of course, yeah, you better listen too. Ben Habib, you've got to listen to this as well. Enough fighting, enough competing with one another. All political parties should not compete against each other. That's what this is all about, competing to see who can bring better money in to the UK, who can rise money from the economy. No, you should not all compete against each other. Because if you keep doing that, nothing what you say in the manifesto is going to get done or sorted, isn't it? It's just like smearing every single MP in their political parties and their rightful constituents. I suggest all political parties work together. Just work together. No ifs, no buts, just do it. Just work together to protect the UK and its citizens. And listen to the British public. If you haven't watched Darkest Hour, go and watch it. I recommend go and watch it, where it's all about Winston Churchill and his darkest hour. Even though he wasn't a perfect man, everyone say, oh, he was a warmonger. Yeah, maybe, but who knows what happened in real then might have happened in real life. He might have been on the tube train asking people what do they really, really, really want out of everything in the political parties, in the rightful constituents from their local MPs. Maybe it's time for most political MPs to go out in public to ask their local constituents, ask their local members of the public, what do they really, really want? And listen to them. Listen to them carefully. Don't listen to the hatred. No. Hatred should not be included. Everyone has a right to views and opinions, but hatred, it's getting too much now. All this hate for most human beings. All this hatred must stop. All these violence must stop. And I'm not talking about protest parties or protesters, counter protesters. No. No violence. Just don't do it. It's not right. Violence is not the way. It never was. Never was the way. And I say to political parties right now, just work together. Yeah? Stop being like entitled children or something like that, or entitled little children. Don't be like that. Just start growing up. We all got to grow up, smell reality, and do what needs to be done. Help the British public. They demand it. They've had enough of not being listened to. They've had enough of being ignored, and they've had enough of everything. And I've had enough as well of people with learning disabilities and autism being totally ignored totally been locked up and not been listened to, just been thrown into mental health hospitals for no reason at all, and they just haven't got a chance to have their voices being heard. Everyone's voices matter. All of our voices matter. That's what political parties should understand. Listen to the British public. Just listen to what they want to say. Hear what they want to say. They're entitled to have their say. Or create some sort of forum for them. The British Public Forum. And members of Parliament could attend that. And they could literally hear what the people want to say and just listen to them. Then maybe they might learn something or thing or two. And it's what Britain really wants, really. Doesn't matter about Brexit, doesn't matter about immigration. Could be anything they want to talk about. Just ask them, what do you want to talk about? There you go. And that's moving in the right direction. And literally hatred doesn't matter if it's anyone hating for someone. Just stop hating people. It really doesn't help. It really doesn't help. And that's all I need to say about that. I believe in humanity. I believe in Christianity. I believe in all faiths should stand together as one. No violence. Just plain peace. We need to play the pipes of peace. That's what we all need. Peace. No violence. That's all I need to say about that. This has been the Railman28 Podcast and the Wrestling with Railman28 Podcast. Ring the bell, please. Thank you for tuning in to this podcast. And I'll see you all in the next podcast. And I hope to be the ring announcer for EWE, as I said. And I'll hope to see you all again soon and more training videos to come. Now, I did film Eddystone with the Swanage bell, but unfortunately she failed at Basingstoke on the way home. But I'll be filming a Routemaster bus. Now, I felt tempted to go to the September 13th United Kingdom rally, but I chose not to because it might be too dangerous for me. And I'd like to give a big shout out to Based and Bougie, Steph the Alter Nerd with Political Nerds, Dan Wootton Outspoken, and other outspoken channels like Talk TV, GB News, and Alex Phillips, the presenter of Talk TV. So, and other independent media journalists out there. Please be careful out there, guys. Stay safe and look after yourselves. And please, don't make war a game. It's not a game. It's totally dangerous. Thank you. Stay safe. Bye for now.